Hey, so pink ladies, T-birds, just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is Jimmi Pynk, and I've probably already had surgery, but we're gonna get into this legendary episode too. Oh, this is gonna end up being 2 episodes. But for me, like House of Ebony, perfect example. Episode 1, I didn't like the Asian fabric and the bootleg jeans. To me, that gave me 1992 variety show that I was in dancing. But when you had on the white, all y'all had on white jackets and white tops and jeans was so much more crisp and clean than what you presented yourself on in episode 1.
Right.
I'm like, why didn't y'all just come out with them? You know what I'm saying? You had your cisgender woman, you had your trans woman, and you had your guys, and like just the white shirts, the white jackets, and the jeans was so much cleaner than them Asian jackets and them jeans. Like it was so much cleaner, and I don't think that y'all had the stylist then. I think that's what you brought, and I was able to understand what each and every house brought before you had a stylist. I think that I understand what you're saying because they can realize what you're gonna wear, but this is ballroom. I don't need anybody to help y'all. I need to see who the fuck y'all are without any
Right.
help. This is the well, I mean, ballroom's never really been on TV. This is the best of the best that got picked for this TV show. I don't want any of that for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, maybe they'll come out with I would say like a lower rated show that maybe might end up debuting on YouTube or something where it could just be them in control of everything and stuff like that. But of course, long as you have a station that has to get the ratings, has to cover that budget, it's going to be controlled and things are going to be put in place that are not really the heart of ballroom, and it is what it is. Am I enjoying the show? Yes, wonderful. I'm glad that it's to the forefront, and maybe this will create other niches where we can show a truer fashion of or a truer version of ballroom. But for right now, we got to take it.
I mean, it's what we have. We didn't have anything besides Pose. It's a fictional show.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And we didn't get to see like full categories or true ballroom because
Right.
half of that shenanigans that they were pulling in Pose where, all of a sudden the house of Evangelista walks in and, Pretel stops what he's doing just to, make them, have this grandeur effect. And I'm like, no, that don't happen in ballroom. It don't work like that, baby. You don't walk in and all of a sudden everything stops for you, or you cut because I remember one time Pretel cut someone in mid walking on the floor to like do something for Electra or so it's a mess.
Yeah.
It was a mess.
I mean, and there's plenty of ballroom on YouTube for you guys to watch. Plenty.
Yeah.
Plenty of actual ballroom on YouTube for you guys to watch. Okay, so outside of this, so the first category was Rapunzel realness.
All right. Okay. Let's see here what I have for this. Oh. Okay, I'll let you start off with that one. I only wrote one note.
If your hair is not all the way down your ass, you're not doing Rapunzel realness.
No.
Period.
No.
And there was one person that did that.
Yeah, and his hair fell off.
Exactly.
And it was so funny because in rehearsal, his teammates were like, "Girl, that hair about to fall off," and he got in their face. He's like, "Oh, shut up! Get out of my face!" And then what happens? Your hair fall off, and then you mad time or something. I don't understand why my hair fell off. One, it was in clips. Now, fuck that. If I'm going out there and I'm trying to win that amount of money, sorry, my cat just opened the door. He's coming in to use the litter box.
It's fine. Hi, Kitty. Hey, kitty girl.
Leave him alone. Let's leave him alone. But yeah, he's sitting there, you know, trying not to listen to his teammates, and you know how people like to snap back, and then his hair falls out. I would have glued that damn wig. I would have found some damn hair glue somewhere. One of those film queens got some damn bonding glue.
Let me tell you, my fucking ponytail would have been pent for the gods. All of my scalp, give me a goddamn beer. I'm gonna drink that shit off. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. But
Right.
also, I feel like, and I understand, like, we're doing our cis girls, and that's great. But how do you compete against hair whipping for somebody that's their hair? How do you compete against that?
Yeah. The only guy that could compete with her was the one with the braids.
Right.
With the braids. You know, that was the only person that could, you know, go toe for toe. You know, again, like I said, unless these other people had glued their hair down, but I still couldn't understand the one that had the mohawk. I'm like, what? Like, how?
I see the guy. Okay, let me see if I got it wrote down. There was the guy that had on the red hair that was still like, it wasn't his hair, but it was short. What was his name? Champ from Saint Laurent. Okay, yeah, you had on a wig, but your hair was not even as long as my government hair. I can just go out there with my real fucking hair because your hair wasn't longer than my real hair. I want the fuck out of my real hair, but it was a Rapunzel challenge, so my hair needs to be long. Your hair wasn't long. Ninja, that was the one that had the blue hair. That's her hair.
Right.
Jeter from Gucci is the one that had the braids. Zaparis had a cute reveal at first.
Right.
That's the one on the outfit that was all hair. And then you had Escada was chopped. Calypso, who was supposed to be the drag queen, chopped. And West, whose hair, that's when you talking about the ponytail just completely fell off.
Yeah.
How do you compete with somebody?
He didn't even make it out to the middle. It was just like swing, 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 up.
Bam. Yeah. How do you compete with somebody who that's their real hair?
Exactly. Exactly. Because it ain't coming off. And then, you know, she's a girl. She's been whipping her hair out the womb, you know. So yeah.
So the person that actually ultimately won that was, it looks like she's I think is her name was.
Yeah, she's and the House of Ninja.
House of Ninja won. But that's your
And
hair.
then
And it wasn't
that's
your
where
hair.
I had the note that I was saying, the only note I had about that category. I put Ninja won, and I put of course Tyson was going to vote for her.
Yeah. But I mean, if that, listen, I'd like to know if that's clipped in, then you did your thing. If that's your hair or sewn in, I can get a sewn in weave way longer than that and whip my hair back and forth way better.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's not an unfair category because usually in a ball we have so many categories.
Right.
But for TV, you had a biological woman who I really think that's her hair because when we seen her in the first episode with the ponytail up, I think that's just her hair.
Yeah, I think that's her hair too. Because when I've seen her at
as a black woman, I'm buying her hair any fucking way. So you know what I'm saying? Like I think that's her hair.
Going back to what we were talking about, the interpretation, again, another category where people either didn't do Rapunzel, where the hair was long. They basically listened to what the description was, which is control your hair. You're going to see this all through this show. This is going to happen. This is how a real ball goes. And the balls end up going to like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning because all these arguments back and forth about what they meant in the category. I'm going to tell you, Jimmy, if you ever get to go to a ball, wear some comfortable shoes and make sure that you get a table so you can have a seat because this is the foolishness that you're going to see all night long.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about, speaking of being a pretty girl, I want to talk about the second category, which was face. And I want to talk about being a pretty girl because some of these choices, I'm looking at your 5-person house that you brought to this category, and I'm like,
Right.
that's who you're walking for face? That's who you're walking for face? Um, some of it was very, very questionable. So start off with what you have for face for each house. What are you thinking about? Oh,
Well,
let's
I'm gonna
let
let you do
me do
that one
that.
because for this category here, the only note I didn't category it by each person.
Sure.
But I did say, you know, the mother of Saint Laurent.
Done. Right? I think she should have won. Let me just say that right now. I think she should have won. Um, category 2 was face. It was mirror, mirror, and you had to be dressed like a fairy tale villain. Um, I know what you're talking about because those were the final two, and I can see where it got merged because it was the mother of Lambent,
Lambent, that's what it was.
who I
Yes.
think should have won, but Christian Saint Laurent won because
Right.
Tyson Beckford wants to fuck him.
Yes. And
I
who was the
stand
one? Who was the one that said before the competition? She said, "If you have to practice face, you don't have it."
Mother of Lambent.
I went up. I
Erica,
said, "No, she did."
legendary mother of Lambent, because that's her whole name. Erica, legendary mother of Lambent. That's her whole name. Um, Erica Lambent, who ultimately went to the final with Christian Saint Laurent, who is beautiful. That is a pretty boy. He is pretty looking. Them teeth is fixed. He is amazing to look at.
Oh
But
yeah.
I saw the final of the final, and we'll get into the actual whole competition in a minute. But the final between him as the big bad wolf and Mother Erica of the legendary House of Lambent with that Maleficent who with everything was
Good.
on her
And it
face.
was just encasing her face.
Yes,
Right.
everything
Right.
covered but her face. And I'm like, and she was serving and she was on the ground and everything. And I'm like,
Oh
yes,
yeah. When she laid on the ground, that sold it for me. I was like, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
she won. But Tyson Beckford was the split vote. And Christian Saint Laurent, beautiful, beautiful boy, beautiful. But you didn't serve. Not like Erica, mother of La Men, did.
Oh yeah. Erica was
She
serving.
served. And then everything on her body was covered, but just like she had to, like the Maleficent, and everything but her face was covered.
Right.
Legend, when somebody is the mother, they know what to do. And
Yes, they
everything
do.
covered but the face. So that's it's all face. And I'm sorry, I disagree. And Tyson Beckford was the tiebreaker.
Yes. Yep. He had a special place in his heart, didn't he?
Had a special place in his loins.
You know he liked them light skinned ones.
I mean, Christian is fine as hell. I mean, I don't have a penis, so he's not interested, but that is a pretty ass man. And I'm like, I mean, if I could find a straight man that look like that, 100% great. But I want to talk about some of the other people that were in that category for a little bit. Um,
Oh, before we move on, I just gotta say,
we're not going to move on. I want to talk about some more people in this category.
oh,
Go ahead. Talk about it.
I'm sorry. I get emotional when I talk about this. That motherfucking Jarrell,
Jarrell, mother of Gucci,
the
bitch,
father of Gucci.
father of Gucci. Cause some male presenting our mother and some male presenting our father. So excuse me
You're
if I get
right. Yeah, he presents as a father,
okay.
baby. That is a face that I would just like to wake up in the morning and roll over on my bed and be like, oh my.
I just had him on my notes. First of all, I am extremely partial to Corolla DeVille anyway. But when I saw his house and they said he was gonna walk, and I'm like, for face, I can get like Butch Queen, I can get this, and I'm like, you gonna walk for face though, because you had more pretty faces. But when he walked and how he held his face, I said, that's why you run the house. Because the way he held his face, it was 100% on point. And I'm just like, I'm looking at you in these clips, and I'm like, you're gonna walk face? Like, I'm like, not body, not Butch Queen, not any of this. You're gonna walk face, and I'm like, you got prettier people in your house, but he knows what the fuck he's doing because the way he held that face,
Right.
yes,
Just out of
yes.
control. Fine. Now, where he lost it and he didn't get their votes is he took off his shirt. This is face. Your body is sickening, and I would love to touch it. And if you want me to, just call me. But baby,
For features, like it's a face category, but then when he walked, I was like, oh, you know how to hold your face and everything. Okay.
right. And I think the reason why he chose to do it because he does have some very attractive kids. But I think he does it is because sort of in the ballroom, you will notice that more masculine looking faces in the ballroom scene will get more of the judges. Because usually the judges panel is full of, I don't want to categorize anybody, but you get what I'm saying.
The judges panel is full of thirst buckets. Yeah.
You said that I did.
But I did though.
You know, and I think and definitely if he would have pulled that stunt where he took his shirt off, he would have won at a regular ball. But again, what I do love about it is that these people, these three over here, don't know about that. So one of them wasn't impressed, and so they all, so it was just like, oh, okay. Megan was, of course, but the other one was like, okay, I don't see it. I see the other person. So
the category is face. You fine, but the category is face.
Yeah.
Neck down don't matter. The category is face. So let's talk about some of the people that got eliminated. Jamie Ninja with her Wicked Witch of the West.
Why did she come out? What was the purpose? I'm sorry.
Ma'am, you do not have on my makeup that I wear underneath my glasses. Ma'am, when I wear makeup underneath my glasses is what you had on. Ma'am.
Yeah, she just really, I mean, it's like she didn't even try. And I was like, why are they sending her out? Like they could have just said, okay, we're not doing this category. But of course I know they have to try.
She wanted to do the Wicked Witch of the West, which I've done that look before. And it's face, so you can't like get ugly with it. You can't like, but ma'am, you literally had on my makeup that I wear behind my glasses. What are you doing? What are you doing? I think the members of the House of Saint Laurent y'all got. Y'all pretty. And nothing more. You're not giving me what I need. You're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Yeah. Some faces, some houses are known for particular things. And especially back in the 90s, some houses were known for a bunch of face kids, and some houses were known for a bunch of runway kids. And like, for example, when I became Omni in St. Louis, we were known for the masculine looking guys. Like, all of us could do realness, every single one. We actually had no femme queens, no drag queens. Not that we didn't want any, but like, they just sort of, that's how it panned out back then.
That house attracted the house.
Right. And so it sort of seems to me that their house is sort of more face and fashion. But again, this goes back to this show being made for TV, where they're now forcing these individuals that are used to being in just certain particular specific categories to come out of their comfort zone and do stuff that they normally don't. My problem that I think I'm going to have is when this show is over, some of these people are going to lose some of their status because of some of the stuff that they're making them do on the show. I hope they don't push them too far out of their category because, like I said, the girls are real shady. And they be like, oh, girl, I remember when you was on Legendary and you was wearing those tuna shorts and, girl, you was rolling across the floor like cunt. I don't see your realness no more. All I see is pussy.
Okay. And that's why these people that said I never walked this category and these things. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a concern of mine. It's like I've been thinking about that since I've been watching. I'm like, they really pushing these people out of their comfort zone. Like one guy,
But let's go into this three fat mice. Because I feel like this was the category they were the most strict on. Was the three fat mice, and we've already touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, that was a chop slaughter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we need to touch on it a little bit more? Do we want to talk about who should not have been chopped? Do we want to talk about? We talked about it a little bit. Do we need to talk about it any further?
Honestly, not to be shady, the groups that got to stay were the ones that gave precision, like with the less mistakes and sort of conveyed their story better. As we talked earlier, right before we filmed, we were talking, the literally see of should everybody been in a mouse outfit? Again, like I said, going back to again the theme of everything, it's how it's taken. Some people are going to go directly for the mouse, and some people are going to listen to the description of it, which was synchronization, precision, and unity. It is what it is. So I think who got through gave what was precision. They gave the precision the most and didn't have the most mess ups, I would say.
Did the people that won give the most precision? It was Escada versus West. I think. Let me double check.
I think it was Levine.
Levin. Yeah, Levin.
Okay.
Levin was the one that I called the Powerpuff Girls to stay on the pink, blue, and pink, blue, and pink, pink, blue, and green. They gave me Powerpuff Girls tees.
I think they got it because the judges felt that they wanted it more.
Is that a thing? Because I feel like that's been a theme that I've been watching. I'm like, so you want it more? So is that a thing?
Yeah, I think the judges are also beginning to sort of see where people's hearts are.
Okay.
And I think they're beginning to factor that stuff in. But we'll definitely get to that when that was very apparent with the Chosen who went home. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about the bottom two. And let's talk about that right now. Let's talk about the bottom two. Let's talk about the Vogue off from the bottom two. Wilma West and Jabari Balmain.
Right.
Let's talk about who actually won that and how much passion went into that. Because I think, personally, I think Wilma won.
West?
Yes.
Yeah.
Won.
Yeah, she performed. She performed. She wasn't playing. She really wasn't.
at all.
She left her heart on the stage. You know, she might not have been crying and carrying on, but I felt her. Like her when your parent sends you to do something, she needs to be proud. You know, even though they went home, baby girl, if you ever watch this and everything, girl, you shitted, you peed all over that stage, and y'all, they should have stayed, honestly. But
I honestly think that she won the final lip sync.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
I think she won the final lip sync, and that's why when we're talking about what are the judges judging on? I
come
watched.
on, RuPaul's Drag Race. You better say lip sync.
I did say lip sync, didn't I? Ooh,
I love you.
I am a Drag Race reviewer now. Don't you ever get it fucked up. But I really, when I watched the final lip sync, and Jabari Balmain is a beast.
Yeah.
Don't get it twisted.
Right.
I have to save somebody based on their final effort and what I saw on the stage. You didn't win.
No, he didn't. And I felt him, you know, because he felt he was letting his family down, you know, and he carried that burden. I could see him carrying that burden while he was voguing. She was having, you know, she was out there to assassinate, but she was out there having the time of her life. That was the difference. You saw the weight on his chest as he was voguing, and she was just like sunshine. You had a gray cloud and sunshine.
And anywhere else, she would have. She shut shit down.
She did.
She beat him.
Did.
She
totally did.
She beat him fair and square.
Yeah.
And this makes me not excited for the series. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be some RuPaul's drag shit. Because if you're emotional, you win.
Yeah.
If she wasn't emotional, she came out to do a fucking job and she did it.
Right. The bitch was over there trying to get her breath. She was tired. She didn't have time to process, you know, like the what's the word? The heaviness of the situation. She was just ready to, you know, like, look, I turned it. I know I turned it. When she stopped, she knew she had got it.
And then you understand that this person is the mother, the father, whatever, the leader of the house, the parent of the house. And this parent said, I'm going to do it myself. This parent said, I'm sending this person out to do it.
It's a battle. Just like we were talking about the House of Ninja brought all their divas from the four corners of the earth to slay these bitches. He sent his diva from the corner of the earth to come out there and gather whoever was on that runway. And she did that. And it really wasn't fair. I did not like that.
It really was not fair.
Yeah, that was the first time that I actually was a little angry. I was like, I get it. He has heart and soul and he loves his family. I get it. But I'm sorry. She ate you up.
Heart and soul does not get it on the runway. Not in a real ball. Not in a real ball. And the House of West, who I personally thought was like so original and so talented and so good from everything that I saw. Over Balmain.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, I thought episode 1, I thought Balmain won. But what are we doing? Are we showing who's the best? Or are we doing a storyline? And when Balmain won, I was very disappointed.
Yeah, that was the disappointment of the night. I just really was not here for it. I really wasn't. Again, it ain't too much more I can say. It is what it is. But like, you know, if you wanted to give him some kind of accolade, then like at the end of the season when you bring everybody back, give him, you know, father of the season, you know, for the heart that he cares about his family, or, you know, Mr. Congeniality or whatever, you know. But should they have stayed? No.
And let's keep it a buck. Without the father of the House of West, or I'm sorry, Balmain, he's the best person on your squad. And I don't know if any of y'all, the performance was good, episode 1, because he was the coldest. You do this. And he was the coldest, and he wasn't even the coldest on the floor because Wilma West beat him.
Yeah.
Y'all might be going home next week.
Exactly.
I've seen episode 3, so, but no, y'all don't get to hang on. You're not gonna make it to the end.
I don't see them winning the overall thing, but you know, I've seen bigger upsets.
So outside of episode 3, because we've already seen it, just based off of episode 2, just based off of episode 1 and 2, and we know who goes home.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think goes home episode 4? They don't know who went home episode 3. So we'll see. But
Ninja.
Yeah.
Because they've I mean, I hate to say this, unless they have a old way category, because that's the only thing that's gonna save them. Because those bitches are precise. Don't sleep on them.
100%.
But the other categories they lack in. So the only thing left for them, honestly, it would be old way. They will slay and kill. So if Owe is not in the 4th episode, Miss Ninja's in trouble. You in danger, girls.
I agree. I actually agree. I think that, again, I hate to bring it up, and we've talked about this. I think the fact that they don't have that family unit, you're only fighting for a name. You're not fighting for your family. And I think that puts you in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also saw that they have phones. Like I saw several contestants with phones. So they didn't take the phones away from them. So since they made that blip with the circus thing, they need to start getting on Google and Google stuff when they tell them the category so they can understand stuff.
We're gonna talk about episode. Well, I'm saying we're gonna talk about episode 3 really, really soon. But no, I think Ninja is in trouble. And I think Ninja is in trouble because instead of you going somewhere where there was a house of Ninja and picked these 5 people, you want to go in and be precise, which is 100% House of Ninja.
Right.
You want to go and try to do it this way because House of Ninja is all about precision.
Right.
For this type of competition, I think you fucked up that way. And I agree with you 100%. I think House of Ninja is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, because they don't have very much depth. You know.
Right.
You know, on the other houses, they got a little sprinkle of, you know, maybe a femme queen here and Vogue femme there and, you know, runway and face. And, you know, they got a little bit of sprinkle. I mean, they don't have everything, of course, because they only have 5. You can't have all the categories in 5. Right. But, you know, at least they have some kind of variation. The other ones, like I said, when they sent that girl out there, they ain't none. I mean, I hate to say it, ain't none of them had face. None of them. You know, well, none of them that just could just be like, okay, first my face is sitting. I can accentuate it that, you know, you see what they sent out there. So it was just like,
because that's what you sent out there. I'm just like, no, give me that one and give me a contour on her face and some lashes. And y'all didn't even know no better than to do that.
Girl, I thought she was going grocery shopping.
I said she had on my makeup underneath my glasses. Girl,
I thought she worked at the grocery store. I was like, excuse me, man, what hours are the cookies on?
The makeup underneath my glasses is nothing but a severe color and a liner. That's it. Because I have on glasses. Like no contour, no nothing. I'm like, y'all didn't want to contour this girl's face or nothing. You're in trouble. You're in danger, girl.
And I know they got makeup artists back there. Hello. Somebody did her dirty.
And you sent out that goddamn Mother Nature green eyeshadow, and that's it.
Girl, one of those queens from the other teams, how they told her she looked fierce after they put that green. It's like, girl, you don't put that up. That's fierce. I'm living for you, girl. What? Queen's a shady girl.
What ass queens that just thought it was fucking fierce because she was a female? Bitch, where was the lash?
I'm sorry. See what some and you know this, so I'm not talking about you, but some cis women need to understand that when you are either going to go to a show and perform or you're going to be on TV, you have to paint a little bit more for it to be seen. I learned that on my 35th birthday when I first decided to do drag ever, and they were painting my face. I'm like, why are you painting it so much? I just want a little light beat, look like, regular fish. They were like, no, you're going to, be underneath these club lights and can't nobody see a light beat like that. So you got to paint, when you're going to be in lights like that and cameras, you got to paint a little bit harsher.
But you were doing the face category. That is makeup that I would wear in real life underneath my glasses. Not even for camera. You didn't have on a contour. I'm like, yeah, I might just put on that eye makeup underneath my glasses, but you didn't even have on a contour. You didn't even have on a contour, a highlight. Bitch, a highlight is everything.
She didn't even have on a rouge.
Nothing. I'm not today because
right.
I'm in my feelings. But like when I do drag race, even when I'm not in makeup, I'm in makeup. That little gold highlight, it might not be that iridescent, it might not be that pink, but bitch, that fucking gold highlight is there, and it's just like, cause the camera's gonna pick up.
Right, like here's my cheeks. Here they are. Girl, I didn't see where her jaw started, her cheek ended. Did she have a chin? I just didn't see anything. I was just like, okay.
What is this?
It looked like she was just backstage, and they were like, last minute, they were like, girl, go out there.
What was this? I'm gonna wear some green eyeshadow because I'm playing the Wicked Witch of the West for Halloween. Shit was this? You on TV? What is wrong with your squad? Where is the highlight? Where is the contour?
Jimmy, let's leave that girl alone because we done been this video. We done wore her out. We done gave her at least about 20 minutes of our time talking about her and her lack of makeup.
She had on literally my Mother Nature makeup with glasses on. She had on my Mother Nature makeup. Literally, the green eye, the green lip. She had on my Mother Nature makeup that I had on glasses and not a lash without the contour of my face. Look it up. What's the RuPaul's Drag Race? What was that one? The one before the finale, the reunion? She literally had on my Mother Nature makeup that I had on glasses, and I was still contouring it. It looked like I didn't have on that makeup, but I did. You literally had on my Mother Nature makeup, and the whole thing about Mother Nature is I wasn't supposed to have on that much makeup, and my face was still fucking contoured and highlighted.
Right.
And you literally had on with glasses on my Mother Nature makeup. You had on a green lip, a green eyeshadow, and a black eyeliner around. You literally had my Mother Nature makeup on without the contour, without the highlight, and I wore glasses, bitch. No. I will read her for filth all day, every day, and you were serving space.
I see Jimmy. You wear her ass out, baby. That's about it. Yeah, that's not. I really don't have anything else to say. That was it. I just again wish, of course, that I'm just gonna have to look at it differently moving for the next episodes and everything. Now that I know that people are misinterpreting things or it's not being explained exactly how they want them to do stuff, and people are taking and hearing half of it and do one thing and half of the other thing. So I'm just gonna let everybody come through the way that they want to come through, but they at least have to be listening to either or part. Either they are dressed as what they asked, or whatever the category is, or they bring it as the description of the category. So I'm just going to start looking at it with a more open eye and understand that, this is just ballroom. They got that right.
Something right.
They kept the confusion of the categories. They kept that. That's true to the ballroom. So if I can applaud them on one thing, it would be that you have the confusion of misinterpreting the category. And the people are still confused, and they don't understand what if you want them to dress the part or if they just want to be following the actual instructions of it. That is it. Oh my goodness.
All right, so this is going to be a lot of editing for me, but y'all will welcome y'all Uncle Holmes, because we are going to get into episode 3 after this. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember, Black Lives Matter. Happy Pride Month, and keep it greasy. Deuces.
You want to be like me. You want to be like me. You want to eat lunch with the cool kids, don't you? Told you I used to be you, I know you. Never learned to crew politics in high school. Now you earn a few funny looks in my school. I can show you how to hypnotize minds, fool. Like the chicks in the bunny books for fly dudes. Why you? Cause I see your potential.